just because I just get going and my my mouth overrides my hands, my fingers, and my thought process. Because my mouth is like it's directly attached to my heart, not my head. So, it, anyway. So thank you for letting me know. It's very important. I got you, Tiffany. I'll get you. So it's very, very important that in this state of detox, in the state of becoming the best version of ourselves, we must, you guys, we must get rid of those things that no longer serve us at the highest and deepest level. And you know what those things are as soon as I say this. And if you sit with it for a minute, if you go into meditation or you get quiet about it, I guarantee you're going to create a list, kind of like a shopping list, but a different list, like a hit list, like a list that you're just going to go, get that out of there. I don't want that. That's gone. Right. And this is the frequency I want you guys to embrace, that the cleansing and the detoxing and the removing and the pulling of the weeds and the getting rid of and the abandoning, all those things that no longer serve you guys. This is how you elevate. This is how you get to the next chapter in your book, not the page, but the next chapter. You bypass everything. And so I am always, constantly, every day, there is something that is getting removed from my environment, from myself. And by the way, a thought, you guys, can be removed. A thought of the feeling of lack, of not being enough, or people don't love me, or I don't want people to judge me. Like, you guys, that is a frequency that needs to be adjusted, that needs to be removed. Okay? Those thoughts and those feelings and that tape that plays are not the best version of you. They were merely a lesson for you, an experience for you that now you get to navigate through at a higher consciousness. Okay? Without all the anchors. And so what we're going to do and have you do this week, if you so choose, you get to choose. Some people, it's crazy. And I know it's not you guys, but you have people around you that love pain, that love their story, that love hanging on to, their daddy issues or the bully issues or the all the businesses they did that failed. They love that. They love telling those stories. Why do positive people love watching dysfunctional TV shows? Or why do people love watching dysfunctional reality shows? You know what my favorite show is? This is so crazy. My favorite show, one of them that I love to love, for some weird reason, can anybody guess what it is? I'm gonna see if anybody can guess one of the shows I love watching. Now, you have Mr. Positive that is in the space of taking out trash and getting rid of stuff. Do you know one of the shows I love to watch? Anybody want to guess? Hoarders. And when I know it's weird, when I watch Hoarders, my wife and I, we are immersed in, like, how do people live like that? How is that possible? How do they get to that point? How come they can't throw away the envelope or their Reader's Digest subscription from 1927? Like, why are they hanging on to it? And I'm just immersed into it. It's the weirdest thing, right? So, but I'm here to tell you that in order to get to the next page, in order to do what you know that you should be doing, to have the smile on your face, to have the love in your heart, to conquer all these things, you guys, you got to get rid of the stuff. If you have to have the difficult conversation, by the way, the difficult conversation's not difficult for you because you're coming from a place of love. It's going to be difficult for the person that you're having the conversation with. You guys understand that? Because it's how they respond in you being the best version of you, how they respond to that. That's their doing, not yours. As long as you're coming from the intention of, hey, look, I got to get this off my chest. I got to share this with you because I can't go another day with this weighing on my heart. What you did last night was wrong. What you said 20 years ago is never going to happen again. You're never going to talk to me like that. You can have that conversation. And however that person responds, as you guys know, that's their lesson that they need to navigate through, not yours. Okay. So, all right. So, I know Tiffany wants to say something, and then we'll jump back into this because this is huge what we're talking about, guys. This is, for some of you, this could potentially be the thing. And it might be one thing that you remove that catapults you that just gets you in a whole new space, right? So, Tiffany, what do you got to say, my love?
I wanted you to say bad girls, but anyways, um, I just love watching them throw people off porches. What? Okay.
Yeah,
Um, so I think I need to go back and write some more letters and have a bonfire. I
yeah.
think that was a great exercise. I would like to know how you would approach a situation where you're stuck and you can't dismiss this person who is in your life. And it's actually not even their fault that they're in this situation, but like having to deal with it every single day and trying to drag myself back into the frequency is horrible.
Gotcha. Got you. So, okay, so let's answer the first thing. So, do you think that you need to do more letters, or do you know you need to do more letters? Because you're here,
I know.
you
Yeah.
you know you okay. So so by you saying that tells me we're here versus here. So we know we need to do more letters. So yes, absolutely, do more letters. For those that have no idea what we're talking about, we did a forgiveness exercise a long time ago where we literally forgive a person, an event, a situation. We write a letter and we sign it with love, and then we also forgive ourselves as well. So we want to make sure that we want to forgive ourselves as well as the person or the event that was happening. So to help that, and then we burn the letters and we have a celebration and we make peace with it. So we do everything on our end to make peace with it, whether that person's on this planet or not. The event's obviously still not happening, but we still want to release that and send it, send it into the ether, right? So the other thing is when you have somebody in your life, and right now I have somebody in my life that is coming from a place of um, it's not in the right frequency with me. And so there's a couple things that I did. And one of the things what I did was I got very quiet about it. I got very quiet for a couple days to figure out, with all the things I learned, all the things I've studied, all the things that I am, what is the best way to do this? And for me, the best way for me to deal with this was to wish this person, okay, from afar. So I obviously we know about this quantum entanglement that we have the ability to do. So if I have a thought and I'm thinking about my mother, and my mother calls me, and I say, "Oh my gosh, mom, I was just thinking about you," right? There's that quantum entanglement. How many people have had that happen to them, right? Perfect. So we know that this exists. So what I did initially, what I did first of all, is I put into motion with the right intention from here, not from my head, because my head was going, "Oh, this person," right? Started playing all these tapes. I said, relax. So I came from here. So the first thing that I did is I took all of that pressure that I was feeling and all that angst and all the frustration because it's been going on for a period of time, let's say a month. And and I think we talked about this last week. I said every single night, I even shared this with my wife. I said and whispered before I go to bed, I said, "Thank you, universe, for finding a solution to that situation that I'm dealing with." Okay. Guys might want to write this down. This is really interesting because I started saying, whispering it 3 times before I go to bed. I just put a smile on my face. The smile is key, you guys. Smile on my face, said, "Thank you, universe, for finding a solution for the situation that I'm dealing with." Okay. And what happened was, very interestingly enough, within 4 days of me doing that and pulling back, okay, smile on my face, love in my heart, I stayed away from any conversation with this person, any dialogue with this person. I realized this person is probably in your space every day or closely. Okay. So I just kind of tuned into the frequency of, I just pulled back and I removed anything or an opportunity to engage with this person. Okay. Probably not the best choice, but I allow the universe to go to work on my behalf as well. And very interesting thing enough, the noise or the frequency of this person just started diminishing. Okay. It just started getting really quiet. So to the point that it is literally gone. Like I don't think about it. And if that situation comes up, that we talk or meet, which probably won't happen. I'm just in a different place. The conversation will be short, coming from love, and it is what it is. The other thing is, if you have somebody that's in your space every day, okay, so you definitely want to get quiet first, but then sometimes you have to have what I call the big boy mother-daughter, father-son conversation with someone, coming from a place of not frustration, not of anger, not of hatred, not of you son of a you know what, but coming from a place of love. And having that conversation, and letting them digest it. I've seen many, many times that the frequency shifts. If I come from a place, I'll use I don't know, talking to my kids as an example. You know, if something is happening, let's say cleaning a room, let's say the room is not clean and it's constantly, oh my gosh, why is your room clean? Is I will say something like this: hey, can I speak to you from my heart? This is on my heart. We've had this conversation many, many times, but this is important that we figure out how to together figure out how to get this done. What do you need from me? What do you need to see? What can you do so that we can get out of this awkwardness of this room not being clean? First of all, why do you feel that we are unable to clean this room? Tell me. Great. How can I assist you to give you more time or whatever it is that they need? And just kind of do that. Conflict resolution, my superpower. Yes, Shiloh, I would love to hear your take on this, right? So it gets to a point where it festers and somebody has to be the big person, but you have to come from a frequency that is not the, let's roll up our sleeves and let's duke it out, right? Maybe you've done that in the past with this person. So now it's time to come like, you know what, like, look, here, it is what it is. But this is important. I have this conversation with you and it's coming from here. And I got to say this, how you respond, that's your doing, but I've got to say this. And it's never usually as bad as we think it's going to end up being. This right here will amplify, magnify, and screwify everything. Okay, I actually made that word up, Gilbert. You can't steal that. If I see that on a hashtag T-shirt, you and I are going at it. So we can't screwify everything. Up here, that's what's going to happen. So I want you guys to do everything here, but let some time sit, figure out what you want to say, and then when you say it, do it in a place, in a frequency that is not what is normal when you guys are together. Okay, and then once you do that, you've made peace with it. However that person responds, that's their being, and it is what it is. Shiloh.
Yes,
What is your take on this, you conflict resolutioner?
well, honestly, what it all boils down to is like what you talk about all the time, you protecting you, okay? Because it's like they're entitled to them, and that's perfectly fine, but you also are entitled to you.
Yep.
So it is ultimately about respecting yourself and considering yourself like valuable just as they are in that relationship, honoring it for what it has been and up until that point, and ultimately be as good as you are, not as bad as they are. Because no sense in having them hurt you twice and losing twice. The initial hit, and then every day you sitting with that, you feeling bad about it, you being like affected by it, meanwhile they're living their lives. Honey, why you do this? So yeah, for your own sake, it's like forgiveness and love and offering that up when you don't feel like they're going to make the move. Make the move. Be the bigger person. And it's not even like the competition of being the bigger person, I guess. It is being the person you are and valuing your frequency and your capability of keeping you in that zone so much to where you're like, it's worth it to me to have this difficult conversation with you. You are worth it to me. If it didn't matter, so be it. But if you value it, show it, communicate.
Love it. Give it up for Shiloh, everybody. Yeah.
Guys, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Tony.
So check this out. So even let's go another layer higher, since that's what we are. Like, here's what I see. I see all your people here, and I see you guys above that, right? So, but we also know, and you guys have heard me say this over and over again, everybody and everything around you is a what to you? A teacher. So there's something that this person is going to teach you about you. And so we have to see this person as not just a teacher, but a master teacher, because this master teacher's allowing you an opportunity to discover something massive. And then once you learn this, that situation and that is gone. You've made peace with it, it's gone. And if it ever happens again, you're going to nip through it in a nanosecond. Like Shiloh was saying, you're on yourself, you get it out, you speak from here. What it is, they deal with it, but we just have to be able to do that, right? So now that teacher gets to learn from you, which you are obviously a Jedi, right? You are a master teacher. And so I see things like that happening. If something comes up in my life, like this person that's in my life right now, as a teacher, there's something that I'm not doing. There's something I'm not dialed into that I've got to figure out what that is so that I can navigate through it. And that's what I'm doing. So even it happens at every level, you guys. We're all at different levels of our growth and our consciousness, right? So it still even happens at a level that I'm at. And when it happens, it allows me to sharpen my sword again. It allows me to get back in and say, oh my gosh, what am I doing or not doing? Like, why would that happen again out of the blue, right? And I know that this thing that's happening is a test to see how bad Tony wants something, because Tony was given something. Tony was presented an opportunity with this company, with this device. Tony was presented this, but does Tony really, really, really want it? We'll see. And so the universe, which has done this many times in my life, will drop in a little darkness when I least expect it, when everything is banjos, rainbows, and unicorns, right? And that allows me to go, ooh, man, I need to re-engage. I need to get back into the frequency of gratitude. I need to get back in the frequency of helping people. I need to get back in the frequency of teaching and coaching, because there for a while there, I really wasn't. We were so running and building and growing, and all of a sudden the dark found a little pinhole and shined in there, So here we are again. So huge lesson, guys. Remember this. Everything and everybody is a teacher for you. Everything you have within arm's reach of you is teaching you something. The clothes you wear are teaching you something. The foods you eat are teaching you something. The exercise you're doing or not doing is teaching you something. The personal growth and development that you're doing or not doing is teaching you something, right? Making your bed or not making your bed is teaching you something. Everything is as an opportunity for you to learn something from, right? So as you are in this now moment of your life, because we want to focus on the now, not yesterday or not, what was, or not even tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be as great as we make it now. So if we focus in the now, what is happening right now that is adjusting my frequency where it's not juicy, it's not tasty, it's not lovey, it's not whatever. And then we got to figure out how to manipulate that energy, manipulate in a way that we can shift out of it. So a conversation, taking this and replacing, instead of vodka and tequila, replacing with water. By the way, I don't drink, but I'm just saying. So you guys, we got to do this. We got to constantly be looking at our environment, feeling, and if something doesn't feel right around us, we got to stop for a second. Okay, all right, what needs to be done right here? Check in. What needs to be done right here? What needs to be done right here? Hey, I got to make a phone call. I got to write a letter. I got to burn a letter. I got to clean the garage. I got to take that thing that's been sitting in that corner, take the trash out. How many times you guys walk by your trash can in your house and you're like, and just keep feeling until it's overflowing. And the kids walk by, they knock trash out, they don't pick up. Like, why don't we just throw it away the first time we had the feeling that I should probably take the trash out right now? But we go, oh, I can squeeze more in it, squeeze more in it, squeeze more. And then it's overflowing. Then it looks like trash. Like, look at that. It looks trashy right there. And we still don't do anything about it when we know we should have. the first time that we said, I gotta take the trash out. Just do it. Right? And all is well. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, everything's reflection
Thank
from
you,
you to
Tony.
learn from. Somebody had something to say? What was that? I heard something in
I
there.
said thank you. I
Oh,
said thank you.
You got it. Yeah,
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And I appreciate you being candid and sharing that, because I guarantee all of you, including me, including Rhonda, have somebody right now in your life that is causing, not playing the nicest music, right? That has a really weird intention, that really wants to get under your skin, that really wants to get you off your high horse, you know, bring you down to reality, right? There's somebody you have. So maybe now would be the best time to have that conversation. Hello. Maybe now would be the best time to have that conversation. Okay. But gosh, you guys, I love this topic because for me, like if I go back and I look at all the times that my life like scaled, like truly, truly scaled, it was getting rid of friends. It was getting rid of memories. It was getting rid of thoughts. It was getting rid of beliefs. It was getting rid of, junk in the closets and clothes that I used to wear. I still have shirts that I wore from like 9 years ago. You know how I know that? Because freaking Facebook has all these timeline memory things, and they show me a shirt that I just put on yesterday. Like, what the heck am I doing wearing that shirt from 9 years ago? That frequency of that shirt, they're like, who wears stuff like that? So get rid of it. Put a nice little baggie, put a nice little thing, take it to Goodwill, high fives, hugs for everybody. Boom, done. Right? You guys, we gotta do that. And when you start clearing and minimalizing, not becoming a minimalist and have less moving parts and less moving things, OMG, the downloads that you get, the opportunity, the energy, like everything shifts, and it continues to shift. But we got to be plucking all the time. We got to pluck those weeds, pluck those weeds, pluck those weeds. We got to take out the trash, take out the trash, take out the trash, take out the trash. And when I was a kid, in my book, I wrote about being a trash man. The happiest people I ever saw in my life were trash men. They'd come down the street, they'd be whistling, and they'd stop in front of your house, the ding, 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 and they'd sit there. Hey, what's going on, little guy? I'd sit out on the porch on every Tuesday, and I'd wave to these guys, and I'd go, hey, and they go, hey, what's up, little man? And they'd throw their trash in, they'd take off and singing and ding, 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 and getting rid of people's trash. And I go, one day I'm going to be a trash man, and here I'm talking about it. All right. So you guys, be careful what you wish for. And this week, here's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to be so present in your moment, in your energy, in your environment. I want you to be so present that the nanosecond something doesn't feel right, that you just stop and you look at it and you feel it, right? Don't think about it like, what the heck is it? I want you to feel what that feels like, to have something that caught you off guard, that made you feel awkward, a person, a post on Facebook, something. And I want you to just take a moment and go, okay, what would the highest, most loving, bestest version of Tony do with this opportunity that's right in front of me right now? Because it truly is an opportunity. Okay. Plucking a weed is an opportunity. What is the highest, deepest, most loving thing that the best version of Tony should do right now? And I promise you, whatever comes next is gold, is golden, is maybe the one hurdle that you needed to cross for your life to go like this. Okay. For the weight to come off your body and your mind and your space. Okay. So this is what I want for all of you guys this week. Pull the weeds, take out the trash. The second you have a feeling of something is not right, something doesn't feel good, something doesn't look good, something doesn't taste good, remove it. Remove it. I get in these things with sugar, man. I sometimes I talk to sugar like I'm getting ready to go into like the octagon with them. It's like, no, I'm gonna. You're not gonna. You don't own me, right? Because there's so much sugar around us, right? And I know what sugar does, the effects of it. So it's like when I see sugar, sometimes it's like, I have this conversation. I go, what'd the highest version of Tony do? Nope, I'm not going to eat that. Now, when my wife makes me homemade apple fritters, you better believe this kid's going to down 3 or 4 of them in a row because they're made with love. They're made healthy and everything in moderation. Okay. But this week, you guys, with love, cleanse, detox. If you open up the refrigerator and you see something that doesn't fit, guess what? Get rid of it. Okay. If it doesn't fit, get rid of it. If it doesn't fit, get rid of it. Period. If you have to have the conversation with someone, have it. It is what it is, but come from a loving place. All right. And watch what happens. Yes.
Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
So I was coming home one day and I saw this random garage sale on a Thursday, which people don't have garage sales on Thursdays. And I went over there. I'm like, something's bringing me over here. I had $5 in my pocket, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to get a whole bunch of stuff. Tell me why I found a pair of shoes for my kids and a picture in a frame that says "It is what it is."
Oh my gosh.
And they were like $7. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry. All I got is 5. And they're like, 5's good. We're good. And I'm like, oh God, Tony.
See? Source works in mysterious ways. I'm just telling you, you guys. So if we stay here and let this be our compass, let this be our navigator, let this be our guide, OMG, the abundance, the opportunity, the growth, everything is right there waiting for you guys. Okay. The yeah, but disease is here. The goodness is here. Okay. So we want to make sure we're navigating through here. So congratulations on freaking the treasure that I wish I had that. So Nancy, I feel you, honey. I feel you. Good. I'm glad you feel better. Give Nancy some love, everybody. Just give her some love. She's amazing. She shows up every week and she's in it. So you guys, so that's what you get to do today. You guys just get to get rid of crap. It is what it is. Love it. Oh my God, that's awesome. That's worth like $30. What the heck? I love it. I gotta find that now.
Brand new.
Brand spanking new. Shoes in a thing that we've been talking about, teaching about. See how the universe works? Validation, signs, all over. But we got to get back in the frequency, you guys. You got to get in this frequency and you got to stay in it. Do not let someone, something, a situation bring you down. When it happens, stop. Use one of your tools. I'm grateful that this is happening right now. I'm grateful this is happening. I'm open to receive the message and the lesson why this is happening. I'm ready to receive that. I'm ready to act upon what's needed next. You guys, this happens in a nanosecond when you're in the frequency and something happens, right? So stay in it, get rid of it, move stuff around, sell it. I don't care. Just please do not live as hoarders anymore. Okay. Hoarders here, hoarders around you. In fact, I don't know if I'm ever going to watch that show again. It's just so disgusting. I don't even know why I watch
it draws you in. It totally draws you in.
I know.
It's very interesting. And you're like, how could you get to that point? Like,
yeah.
And then at the end, you're like, oh my gosh, this place looks brand new. I hope and pray that they continue.
I know. And it is so funny, like they're throwing away stuff, like, yeah, throw it all away. Then they go, no, I want that receipt from TGIF Fridays that I had, when I was 4 years old. Like, and they get all weird about it. It's just really interesting. So you guys, I want you to know that I love all of you. I know where you're all at. I feel you. Just be the best version of you with no expectation. And when you get out of the frequency, and you guys know when you are, Gilbert was very busy last week, and Kenny, we had this and was very candid and shared something. You guys, when you know that you're off balance, just stop. Time will stop for you when you breathe and just check in, or you meditate. Like, time just stops. All right. When you get quiet, and you are in charge of your time. So time doesn't exist anyway. So stop it. Figure out, be grateful for whatever the situation is. Ask your heart, what would the best, highest version and truest self of Tony do right now? And you guys, whatever's next, you can't go wrong. And you won't go wrong. Okay? So great call. Thank you all for contributing. But let's clean house this week. Let's tidy up the place a little bit. Let's get these things that are in our head out, right? Just look at them. Hey, I don't know why you're showing up here, but guess what? I'm done with you. I'm going to love you from afar. So whatever you got to do, you know, a lot of times when I get rid of stuff like emotions, which I've done a lot of, in fact, I'm dealing with emotions right now. Like, how can this person be so rude and crass? I love to take my shoes off, and this is how I deal with all this. I take my shoes off. Sometimes I have a dog near me or not, one of my dogs near me, and I just walk amongst the trees and I listen and I watch and I observe. And it's crazy when I'm done with my walk, like whatever that was, it's gone. Like it just disintegrates. Okay. So whatever that process is for you, do it. If it's burning a letter, if it's walking with nature, if it's playing basketball or whatever it is, like guys, just do it. Okay. I'm proud of all of you. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. If you need us for anything, let me know. But you guys got this. Okay. It's not as hard as you're making it. It's not as difficult as you're making it. But in that discomfort that you're feeling, that uneasiness that you're feeling, is the master teacher. And he's so, or she so, or it so wants to show you something magical about yourself. So embrace it. Okay. If everything was just banjos and rainbows and unicorns, life would be great. But man, once in a while you like it. You like a little friction. You like to be stretched and figure out, okay, am I still in it? I still got it. And that's where you guys are all at. Okay. So love you guys. High fives, hugs. Can't wait to see you all in Vegas next week. For those that are going, it's gonna be amazing. Yes, Nancy.
Sorry, I accidentally raised my hand by accident, but thank you for everything.
All right. We love you guys. Have a great week. Be wonderful to yourself, because people need to see how wonderful they can be to themselves. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Tony.
Bye, guys. Love ya. Bye.